good evening, Miss Nasia. How are you? This is Sonia, and here we are talking about my journey as a communicator, especially in this course, from starting from first semester to until my second practicum, how it has changed me as a person as well after learning interpersonal relations. A lot of my thinking and concept have changed. My biases, I was able to find my biases in the first semester, and it has, I think, learning this course has just making me a more clear picture of how I think, how I take my emotions, and how I deal with my son and other stress of life. Okay, so we're gonna go. Here is my intro a little bit. This is my 12th concept, and this is where I will end. I tried to make into a concept of a medicine wheel. So speaking through a connection, my journey as a communicator has been amazing. Um, I have been I'm a mother, wife, student, teacher. I have been doing practicum and being with children around, but learning this course had changed my thinking in many concepts. It has also shaped me well now. I understand my emotion, my son's emotions, his tantrums, and what other people are thinking, their perceptions, and everything in a different way. So here we start. The first thing I have is the eye contact, which plays a very important role in every culture. Um, if I talk about my culture, looking at someone's eye to eye is something considered as disrespectful, but that is not the case in Canada. You have to look into person's eye, which shows respect and also shows that you're listening. Second, I have is turn taking, which is very important with the children, also in our day-to-day life, not only for children but also for adults. Um, it teaches us to be patient. It teaches us to be to that we have to wait for our turn. It teaches us that will come to us, or um, my time will come. Third, I have here is a language influence, or how language influence all of us or people surrounding me in a different ways. So there are lots of languages that all of us speak around. English is a common language, but also certain emotions that are conveyed in English are totally different as they are conveyed in my native language, which is Hindi. And that might also give a different perception to someone who is looking at you or talking to you, or if you're trying to explain them a certain concept or trying to explain them your problem, but your English is not that good. You might mispronounce something. You might not be able to clarify, or maybe your accent is very foreign. That gives a negative notion to people, thinking that you're not worthy, or you're dumb, or you don't know what's happening. But by being in this course, I learned that that is not true. And also, I have a personal experience. A lot of Indians, they speak in the accent when they come to Canada, because Indian studies is in British accent, whereas here it's different Canadian accent. So that just shows, because they want to be fit into the society, and they just try to overcome that with an accent by it gives them a sense of confidence when they speak in that accent. Going down to, we have a constructive feedback. So as I will go out in the field, I will be working with a lot of other teammates, also with other children, who I will have to give a feedback on how they're growing when I do my observations, to reflect on, to respond on. So I think giving a feedback is very important, and that needs to be done in a very constructed and a positive way, rather than telling a child or a person you're working with, like a child, oh, you're not doing this right, oh, you should have done that way. You could phrase it saying that, oh, maybe you could try it this way next time. Or maybe when you're talking to an adult, you tell them in a positive, polite manner, or you use simple language. You give them some realistic goals. You check on them once they are reaching towards that goals or how things are happening. The next thing I have is emotions. Emotions, it's a huge concept. Where do I start? There is a lot of things that I learned in this course about emotions. I think I'm getting emotional right now too because of all the stress lately been happening with health and everything. But I think it just teaches me that you have to wait and breathe and understand and feel your emotions and go next from there rather than rushing and coming to a conclusion and trying to hide your emotions and not being open. That just brings me to a next concept with that just brings me to the next concept of mine, which is impression management. So all of us try to fit in the society or fit in the group because we try to set a tone or set an impression that, oh, I know it all, oh, I'm great, because we know that that's what the person next to us or in front of us is expecting from us, which I think is wrong. We should follow what our heart says, what our mind says, and what we think is right and what gives us happiness rather than pleasing people. Next I have is active listening. Active listening is very important. You can't just listen to a person and be like, oh, I'm listening to you.
वो पैंट लेने गया था उसका, उसने पानी